Cosplay, the art of being something or someone you're not. Today I'm going to tell you why I cosplay, how long I've been cosplaying, what it takes and what it involves to make a costume, and the effect that it's had on my life. Why I cosplay? It lets me show off the characters that I love without just talking about them. Being able to portray them gives it a deeper meaning and honestly makes it a lot more fun and enjoyable to talk about the characters that I love. It's satisfying because people will compliment you on how you look and how well you've portrayed the character. Where if you're just talking about it, it's not always as satisfactory, or you don't get as many compliments for knowing everything about your character. How long have I been cosplaying? I've been cosplaying for pretty much my entire life. I used to always do different costumes for Halloween that portrayed characters that I loved. Um, but I've been hardcore cosplaying for about 2 years. And what I mean by hardcore cosplaying is I will go to 3 or 4 conventions in a year, and I will make anywhere from 2 to 4 cosplays in a year. The costumes involve several things to actually make them, and the first and foremost is that it takes a lot of time. Um, Planning it takes the most time because you've actually got to find the fabric that you want to use. You have to find the patterns that you need to use. You have to reference photos of the characters to make sure that you're getting all of the little details correct. Creating it is the part that takes the second most amount of time, and that is actually putting the costume together, sewing the parts together, and things like that. And then the part that takes probably the least amount of time but is the most fun is actually wearing the costume. And that involves actually going to the cons and taking the time to travel to them. The furthest I've gone is about an hour from home, but some people travel entire countries away to cosplay. Money is the second biggest thing that is involved in cosplay. Um, you have to buy everything, and sometimes that can cost anywhere from a couple $100s to a couple $1,000, depending on how intricate you're getting or how much fabric and other things that you need. And the second part that costs money is the con tickets and actually traveling to the cons. Most cons aren't terribly expensive, but sometimes they can be. Competing is optional. Sometimes it costs money, sometimes it doesn't, but it does take a lot of time to do. And they're a lot of fun, and they give you extra fulfillment if you can actually win the awards for them. The overall effect that it's had on my life is positive. It's increased my self esteem because people will compliment me on the costumes even though I don't look exactly like my character. Um, by that I mean body wise, facially, and things like that, not necessarily that the costumes off or the details are wrong. And it's increased my popularity because people recognize me outside of my cosplays, and it's not just um, my character that they recognize, they actually recognize me. It's created a lot of lasting friendships. I make a lot of friends with similar interests, some of which I'm still currently friends with, and one of them I'm actually getting ready to do a group cosplay with. And group cosplays are just where you get together with a group of people and do several characters from the same universe or the same game or something like that. Cosplay is an art form, Some people will disagree, but in my opinion, the time and effort that it takes makes it art. I cosplay because I enjoy it. I've been cosplaying for 2 years. Um, Cosplay involves a lot of time and money, and it's had an overall positive effect on my life. Thank you for listening to my speech, and I hope to hear good compliments.